And this morning we are still tracking the incoming snowstorm as we've already seen a little bit of activity. This is a live look out of our WREX camera, and well, you could tell there's some snowflakes and drops on the camera itself and the lens with that snow still coming down. Now, as of right now, we're still seeing a little bit of that break, so some snow showers are a bit heavier, especially near and to the east of I-39 moving through Boone and DeKalb County. Otherwise, we're seeing a little bit of that break, some light flurries potentially, but you could see that snow showers aren't too far behind. It's going to build right back in as we head into the rest of our morning. Now, in terms of those road conditions, they have been updated. We could see partly covered roads throughout most of the state line, especially within Joe Davis, Carroll, Stevenson, Winnebago, Boone, McHenry, and even parts of Rock County. Still mostly covered through Ogle, Lee, and Whiteside counties. DeKalb County also still seeing covered roadways. So give yourself extra time this morning. If not, some slushy conditions. The roads are still wet, so make sure you consider that for any commuting you have to do today, as the entire area is still under that winter storm warning. A lot of it will expire at about midnight tonight. Those further to the west will see it go through about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, but regardless, heavy wet snow and stronger winds are expected to take over as we head into the morning and then again later today, with the gustier conditions arriving overnight. In terms of how much snow we're going to see, we already saw a little bit move through overnight. Lower on the end, but it's actually going to start to build back in, so that's going to lead to those slushy and slippery conditions for the morning commute. Here's what Future Track is expecting to bring us as we head within the next several hours. Snow is going to build right back in. It becomes more widespread, and you'll notice some areas of heavy snow at times. Here's about just before 10 o'clock, 9:45, still seeing that heavy snow move through parts of the area, and we may end up seeing it become a little light at times. It builds right back in, heavy even through parts of the afternoon and into your evening. The evening commute is expected to see the worst of the conditions as we then pick up several inches of snow. It's really not until late this evening, here's 9 o'clock, we slowly start to see the end of that winter storm. It starts to slide out and we get a brief break into your Wednesday. But we are still expecting an additional 3 to 6 inches, especially as that snow becomes heavier later this morning. And again, the worst of it is expected throughout your evening commute. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Pack your patience. You're going to need it later today. In terms of totals, a lot of us are going to see about 5 to 8 inches through Dixon, Oregon, but the further northwest that you go, the higher those totals will become. Over 7 inches is expected on the higher end, up to a foot of snow in some spots, as we're going to continue to see that activity building back in. And of course, the further southeast that you go, the less you'll see, about 4 to 6 there, potentially into the southern half of DeKalb County. In terms of the impacts, this snow may become intense at times. We're talking an inch per hour. Also, make sure you are shoveling early and often. That snow is going to be heavy, wet, and dense, so give yourself frequent breaks and try to do it often just to make it easier. May also see some damage to trees and power lines, as that snow is going to weigh a whole lot more than dry snow. And it doesn't look like we'll be done after today. We do have another chance of potentially an inch overnight Wednesday, early Thursday, before heavier snow returns Friday into Saturday. Winds are also going to be a bit stronger then as well. So something to consider and keep in the back of your mind. We are not in the clear just yet. Multiple chances for snow this week as your temperatures are going to start to drop. That system, especially early into the weekend, is going to have our temperatures tumble into the single digits. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, will then end up dropping below 0 for overnight lows as we slowly climb back into the teens. Manny.